Okay, this is part 3. She doing about the Bey. Oops. Hold on. July 21st, 2026. The camera stopped. I'm still at Crossroads Apartments, and it's about 12:45 p.m. My schedule at Whole Foods is from 2 to 10 today. Now something is force engaging. I was finishing the last video was saying the unnaturalized military and the United States government, federal government, use the immigrants, that many of them are legally, lawfully from South Central America and Mexico, to force engage. I just saw one that looked like it. And this is the connection to the bird people, because we are among AI birds. So they allow those from South Central America and Mexico that are humanoid AI to come over here, and connect in with their AI birds to implement further acts of terrorism. So that's why when I shine my light, a lot of that looks like one of them, because they were using them to make people sick, and still do, to force mental engage humans, but we did not know that that was going on. This is the connection to why all of a sudden there was this Latin energy on this landmass where people just fell in love with the Latino culture. If it's real and true, and you do it through no force engagement or mind manipulation, That's one thing. But when you're among AI birds and other humanoid AI, and they or other lab experiments, and they force engaging or are able to engage through technology like the TV, satellite, and so forth, radio, and all of a sudden you see someone from South Central America, Mexico, that has that brown, or lately more so now, very pale. They could be from El Salvador or whatever. Just examples, not all of them. And you might feel that warm tingling inside, like, hi, how you doing? How you doing? ¿Cómo estás? You know, and they start showing movies, having them depicted as being handsome or very good looking, the women being very beautiful, according to what the status of beauty is, not knowing what you're looking at, what they really are. Not all, but one is too many. So it's not just with them, but because I notice how the emphasis is usually a lot of times in the apartment, I might say Black Negro, but I always say Spanish speaking because I still hear the accent. Because when you're dealing with collaboration of unclean spirits, they all working together. But humans have a tend to focus on one visual ethnic group in the past and let the other one that's really involved fall to the wayside. Like pale skin, for instance. In Annapolis, there's humanoid AI that's pale skins. And they start the apartment too. They just don't speak as loud as the others. So, you see someone that looked to have blonde hair, blue eyes, or Italy from Italian, and they're walking like they're respectful citizens. But the United States government, that's unnaturalized, use them to commit crimes against humanity as well. So this is the trickery of those that are demonic and a cesspool of unclean spirits do, because they studied the psychology of the human mind and the perception or program that they have put inside the mind for years. This is where the feeling sad for immigrants that come over here that's trying to work, because where they come from, they're not able to send money and get their family over here. I'm not saying that's not the case at all, because the way back for they, you are from Jamaica. In fact, many people I knew from the past few years, not few years, many years now, were immigrants, so-called immigrants. Let me say that, so-called immigrants. Because I think of one landmass millions of years ago. But the point is, in this day and time, not when they do things like that forcefully as a program, they're hiding something. So if you're an immigrant with the telepathic code and the unnaturalized United States government come over here, allow you to come over here, and you are able to force engage humans while they sleep, like here in Annapolis, those that speak Spanish look to be from Mexico or South Central America. It seems like Mexican, I'm not sure. Say that more has a lot of magic in her, okay? So if they are lusting after some form of energy in a human, a Moor, then, and they're unclean, they're going to try to figure out how to get to that energy. And the reason why they're trying to, why they say that, because they're trying to demonstrate a ritual of what the intention is. That's why the engagement of them is so important. And then after a while, when they realize the engagement that was taught by those from their government and the unnaturalized United States government is not working, you might experience them engaging, saying they want to kill you, because then they're going to try to use another form of engagement of murder, ritual murder. And you, for example, Imani and I speak very little Spanish, know very little about the culture overall, whether they're from Mexico, South Central America, and so forth. But after they are allowed by an unnaturalized military United States government to force engage an apartment, hotel room, then, and they start engaging while you're at your place of employment. This is the body, the mind. They know this is all a tactic to get to the Akashic records, or the so-called magic that a human being may have mentally. And so the next step would be to threaten to kill and just kill them. Because then that brings about fear. And in their thought process, they know humans rely on a reason to why a crime is committed, whether irrational or not, erasing the true intention of them being programmed in our war our terrorists and trained terrorists mentally, physically, and spiritually from through truth. That is the truth. It doesn't matter if you didn't get along with someone that speaks Spanish. It doesn't matter, because they will create that type of scenario as well. Create an issue with a human or person to demonstrate a reason why they should use other programs, or some form of, because it's a ritual, to shoot in a crowd and literally be aiming for that person. And then a government that's unnaturalized will go along with it and say it was a shooting by a mentally ill so-and-so and this and that, but literally is one of the humanoid AI lab experiments that's working along with them to create a murder ritual, Islam. So I'm gonna do a jog, and then I'm going to get ready to go to Whole Foods. I like speaking the truth, and I'm thankful and grateful that I am able to. Okay, I'm gonna get ready, go take a shower.